we've got Jeff Okuda, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Lions and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Lions in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receiver.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion. Opening play, and Goff wants to pass it. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Goff now looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Reynolds. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. That's a gain of 8. They'll try and run here with Swift. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. The Lions at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 96 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Goff. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. Goff now to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Throwing again is gone. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game, bottom line. May not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Play action, now it's Tua. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So Miami coming out for their second drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38, Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll get it up near midfield at a 49 before being taken down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From midfield, here's Tua. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Again, Goff. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Goff a handoff here to Swift. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. To throw is Goff. Being chased out left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
To his throw here, going to be caught by Wilson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now a man open down the middle of the field. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
On the right side open is Gesicki. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's going to look deep down the field.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Tracy Walker.
And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
So here are the Lions to take over. Last week they got a good victory over the Dallas Cowboys, and they are in the driver's seat here right now as well.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 24. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Goff. Forced out to his left. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've got confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight. Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern.
From the 16, Tua. And Wilson with it, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd down and 8.
Now Tua. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 15. Here's Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And he fires one incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Edmonds again. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Running on 1st down with Gaskin. The tackle there by Malcolm Rodriguez. On 2nd down, Mostert. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Tua going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, why don't we look at the defense? They came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Goff now looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Miami set to take over. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here. And now here's another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll work down inside the 45. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. A shotgun snap for Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. On 2nd and 10, Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing again is Goff. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Going right back to Wilson. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least they have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good work in that first half. More from you guys in a minute. But first, let's get to some scores right here on the day before Halloween. We start with a couple of longtime adversaries in the NFC. Chicago heading down to AT&T Stadium to take on Dallas. And it's the Bears who have the lead. Kiki Cutie, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to Hotlanta to check out the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. 2 touchdown passes there from Marcus Mariota. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Kyler Murray has thrown a touchdown pass. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were,
but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because...
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff down inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Gone. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Brings up 2nd and goal. Again, Goff. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running play.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now.
From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So they got the turnover, started a great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Dolphins offense returning to the field.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Trying to pick it. Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now a first down throw. Gone. That one complete. He finds Sharp.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
No, old school I.
How about that? Is that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left.
That one a first down pickup of 8. Now a give to Edmonds. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. They'll try and run here with Mostert.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And Wilson with it, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds.
And he's got it down to the 28.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They go back to the ground. This time Mostert.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1. And Detroit back in possession of the football. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On second down, Swift.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Goff. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, it's Goff. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Another carry now for Edmonds.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara shooting in there and dropping it for the sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback sack.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we've got Jeff Okudah, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Lions and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
For the second consecutive season, Tua as a starter and Miami as a team both had winning records but missed the playoffs. His numbers, they weren't terrific, only 2,600 yards and 16 touchdowns against 10 interceptions, but he also overcame fractured ribs early in the season to return and play well down the stretch. And don't forget, when he did come back, he led Miami to 6 straight wins, which kept them in the playoff race.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. On 2nd and 9, Tua. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
On their side of midfield at the 47. After the interception, here's Goff. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and set him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Goff on 1st down.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Tua now on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Tua. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. From the 30 on 2nd down.
Tua, throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Here's Tua.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders in the Dolphin field goal unit.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 66 yards.
He's really been someone special to watch this season and brings a real unique element to their offense. Even with defense is focusing on him all year, he still sits 4th in the league in yardage. Hard to come up with an answer for a back playing as well as he has been. They've got their work cut out for them in this one as he chases another big week.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Go off a handoff here to Swift. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Throwing on third. Goff. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and they will take over first and 10. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Tua and the Dolphins now with a first and 10 at their own 26. Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. Seven yards there and a first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Tua going to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. To Edmonds on the toss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get the ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Lions at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. From the 30 on second down, Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. On 1st and 10, Goff. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Goff. Dancing, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Mike Rimmer's right tackle called for the infraction. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that'll be incomplete. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So out now come the Lions. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher and to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. There's Goff. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Again, Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. Throw right side, complete to Williams.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. 6-0 our score after one. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Goff. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, Goff had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down. Goff throwing again. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, here's Tua. Fighting through pressure. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this one is incomplete. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Williams to return.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 24. Here's Goff.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then zone for